There he is. Here he comes. The man of the hour.
Mr. Sneed, how you doing?
I'm great, bro. How you doing today?
I am good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What you got planned for the day? You taking some pictures today or you chilling?
I'm editing and I'm hopefully making a lot of Instagram posts.
Okay. I
I
see.
just posted minutes ago.
You say you just did what?
I'm gonna get a bunch of. I just posted a couple minutes ago with some football players, and hopefully making a bunch of drafts as well, so I can post upcoming days, and then I'm editing pictures for those as well. That's what I'm doing today.
That's what's up. All right. So for those of you who don't know, you probably don't know, I want to give you guys some background on who Matt is, how we met, so on and so forth. So um, Matt, it was interesting, and it's just crazy how things happen. So I first saw Matt at a basketball game last year, and he was taking pictures on the sidelines, and he had a crazy afro. My man was out here looking like he was in the 70s, time warp. It was wild. So I'm like, yo, he was taking pictures, and I'm like, and I thought to myself, like, yo, I bet that kid would be a great fit for Best Bet. And so I was gonna try to find him after the game, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't catch up with him. So anyway, fast forward, um, me and Karen Iglesias from Primetime 585, shout out to Primetime 585, we started doing some work together, and we had gotten together. We collabed on a video, and she was just sharing a lot of my content on Instagram. And then Matt, he liked some of my stuff, and then he gave me a follow. So I'm looking at his profile. I'm like, oh wow, this kid would be great. Now, mind you, I had completely forgotten that he was the kid with the afro because he cut his hair. He didn't have the afro anymore in his pictures on Instagram. So I'm just like, all right, so this kid I feel like will be a good fit for Best Bet. So I reached out to him, and I think I made him a little nervous because he was like, yeah, so who are you? It
Just
was
a little
interesting.
bit. Just a little
But
bit.
I know he asked a few of his friends about me. But anyway, we had a conversation, and I knew that I would be able to help him to grow his photography business and to help him to develop a lot faster. So, long story short, we had a great conversation. He was really liking what I was talking about. He set up a meeting with the three of us, me, him, and his mom, and then he got enrolled. So, Matt is a photographer. He's not an aspiring photographer, he's a professional photographer. He is out here, he's getting to it. 17 years old, going into his senior year. He is just really making a ton of noise, in the photo space in Rochester. So, Matt, welcome to the live, bro.
How you doing? Glad to be here.
Word,
I like
word.
that
That introduction
introduction.
was fire, right? Bro, I'm a monster at
Yes,
introductions,
sir.
bro. Like I love giving dope introductions because it just sets the table for people to like really like want to hear from you. And so I think it's always important to make sure that the table is set so that way you can have the best bet to make an impact.
Yes, sir. I like that. I like that professional comment too.
Hey, I mean, a pro is a pro, right? You got to call it what it is. All right. So,
Hmm.
question for you, right?
It is.
So,
That's
you've
me.
been
Yep.
enrolled in Best Bet for about 2 months now. Um, oh, the
Yep.
headphones, they just made you go on a crazy delay. So, if you could take the headphones off, I don't know what happened,
Oh, I
but
did.
now you're like way back.
It's because I put them on because your audio sounded weird for me for a minute. It's fixed now though. I got
Oh,
them off.
word? Okay.
I
All right.
sound better?
Gotcha. Like, it's not even that you sounded
Do I
bad.
sound?
It was just a delay. Like, the timing was off. So, we're good now.
All right.
All right.
Yep,
So
we're
you've
good.
been in Best Bet for about 2 months now. And so, I just would love
Hmm.
for you to kind of just share what what have been a few things that have been really impactful for you as you've gone through this course.
Well, I was for me the most impactful things in the course have been networking and sales for sure. Um, it's the first two modules in the course. So I started working through networking, and I already was networking a little bit, but I was kind of awkward talking to people. Like I wasn't confident walking up to a stranger and just starting a conversation on the sideline or whatever. But That's went away, learning about how to talk to people better through the networking module. And then the sales specifically was a game changer because it was the sales module as well as your guidance that helped me kind of realize that I am a true professional and that I can actually do this stuff and I can sell people these photos. And now I book a sales call, I get it all done, and then that's it. I make a sale. It's easy. Well, it ain't easy, but it's a whole lot easier than it was.
It's easy when you learn it from the best.
Directions. I had no direction selling people before. It was just kind of whatever I thought might work. But now I know what actually works, and I got scripts down and stuff. It's been a real game changer for sure. The sales.
Gotcha. Now, I know.
Yeah, those are my biggest.
Okay. I know when the first conversation that we had, I asked you about college, and you were like, "Nah, absolutely not interested in going." And so, how would you say your confidence has shifted in terms of life after high school and being able to create the lifestyle you want and not going to a college?
Yeah, my confidence is definitely a lot higher that I won't need it. Before Best Bet, I had my plan was just to figure it out on my own. I didn't like. I had in my mind that I was gonna make it, but I didn't know how I was gonna make it. I was just
right.
I had my final goal, but I had no journey to get there. But now I have a path now through your teaching and Best Bet. So it's really, yeah, my confidence is a lot higher that I won't need to have, I won't need to fall back on plan B or whatever. I won't need college. Yeah, because Best Bet's really teaching me, I think, what school and college doesn't really teach.
Right. Now that's major. That's major. So, interesting, right? So you didn't want to go to college, but when we talked, you say, "Oh, I'll take this course," right? So when you heard about Best Bet initially, like, what made you get on board? Like, so I talked to a lot of kids, and they're excited, and then there is this window between the time I talk to them and when they have to set me up to speak to their parents. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Like, I never hear from them again. I don't make it to that point where they set the interview with their parent. So what was really in that beginning stage, what caught your attention that was really like, yo, like, I got to get my mom on the phone with this guy?
It was kind of every video I saw of yours, like, taught me something. Like, I scrolled through your Instagram and I was like, damn, that makes sense. I never thought of that before. It was every piece of content I saw, and I was like, why not try to get this? Like, why not convince my mom to get this? Like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
I also had multiple friends that either in Best Bet or associated with it somehow. And yeah, that's why I kind of thought it was what I needed and what I needed.
That's what's up. No, I love it. So just it's funny. So I got a chance to, interview your mom. Actually, we still have not met in person for anybody watching this. So me and Matt, we have only worked virtual because Best Bet is all virtual, right? There's no in-person component to it. Even though we live in the same city, I've actually met your mom in person more than I met you. That's crazy, right? What would you say to a parent? You said what?
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping. That's right. The last time I met. Right. Now that's a fact. All right. So what would you say to a parent that is hearing about Best Bet, thinking about Best Bet? What would you say to them in terms of why they should enroll their kid if their kid is a good fit?
Well, even if your kid doesn't have a like kind of, I would guess that still teaches all you need to apply to just a lot of different things. So if I wanted to go into a traditional sales job, I could do that with Best Bet because it teaches me the skills that I need to do that job. So even if, like I said, even if there's not a specific thing that your kid might already be doing, Best Bet will teach them to do many things, teach them these skills that apply everywhere versus hyper specific things. So yeah, it just teaches a wide range of skills that are helpful. And especially young people, it's important to learn these skills before you're 25, 30, 35. So it's a whole lot better to learn all these things in high school rather than figure them out until you're 30. So, yeah.
Right, right. I think that's one of the things that was crazy, Matt. Like for me, like even as I did research on the beginning of this, putting this project together, I found as I talked to a lot of parents that the skills that I teach, a lot of them didn't really learn and get until their late 20s, early and mid 30s, if they got them at all. And so I remember
Yeah.
one of the very first parent that enrolled both of her sons, she said to me, she goes, I didn't learn these skills until my 40s and 50s. So she was like, the idea that you're going to teach my sons these skills now when they're still 15 and 18, she's like, this is a no-brainer for me. Like, where can we sign them up? And so
Yeah.
that really has just been super incredible to be a part of transformations like that, And so I know right now you've been focusing on the networking and sales module. So you got a significant portion of the course left. And it's wild when I think about that, because I'm like, yo, like there's still like 70% of the course that you haven't even touched yet. And yet you've already had this level of transformation.
Yeah.
So like it's just bonkers to think about that.
I'm a lot different in a good way from 1% done with the course. 31.
Hold on, my computer is freezing. Say that one more time.
I'm at 31% complete.
Gotcha. And it's crazy to think that there's still like a bunch of stuff left for you to learn that really is only going to put you in position to grow. It's only going to put you in position to get to the spots that you want to get to in life, both in your career, right, socially, and then even financially. So that's really dope. So, all right, in your own words, and then we'll shut it down with this. In your own words, how would you describe Best Bet Skills Academy?
I don't know. You want me to? Like,
just give it
in
a
my
go.
own words, how would I describe it?
If you're telling someone about, like, what would you say about
it? It's a lot, like, I don't know. It's like, if you got that one teacher at school that you really like, they're so chill, they never give you homework. There's homework, but forget that. If you got that one teacher, you got that at school that makes school happy. You feel like they're actually teaching you things you need to know. That's kind of what Best Bet is like. I'm learning things that I can actually apply all day. There's no useless information in here. Like I ain't solving quadratics. Like I'm learning how to talk to people. I'm learning how to make money. It's teaching me independence. It's different in a good way from school for sure. That's how I describe it in my own words. School, but more better.
School, but more better. I like that. More better than school. So, I actually, when you brought up school, it made me think about the conversation that we had in terms of how you currently do school. Do you mind sharing how you currently do school? Because I
Uh,
wanna paint the picture of how young people are responding to the work here versus the work in traditional school. Would you mind sharing that, or would you rather not? That's I'm not gonna put you on the spot if you don't want
yeah,
to.
I can share that. So I'm a terrible student. Like my report card is just straight up B's. Like it's not ideal, but I do all the best bet homework because I'm actually convinced that this is what
Yeah,
I need to be doing. It's actually like I got my homework, I got my stack of homework sheets right here, right under my mouse pad. So
that's
I mean, yeah,
crazy.
it's really it's crazy. Like I logged out of the course and it was still during the school year when I was doing this. And I had actual like school homework I should have been doing, but I was over here doing best bet homework instead.
Word. It's different out here. It's
That's
different out here.
crazy.
Now that's crazy. And
I
that is
barely pay
not,
to do homework,
you're
but I
not the
do this homework.
first. And what's crazy is you did that on your own. Like I didn't have to like convince you. It was like you just hit me up like, yeah, so I'm working on this assignment. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's what prompted me to ask you. I was like, yo, what kind of student are you? And he was like, yeah, so about that. Nah, that's really awesome. And I think you said something that is really key. That any parents that are watching this, I want to really highlight this. Your kids, they know what has value and what doesn't. They're not dumb. They're really really smart. So it's important that you guys listen to them when they're saying things to you. Now, and actually I have some ideas. I have a challenge for Matt that he doesn't know about when it comes to his next school year. Um, I've been thinking about actually for a few weeks, Matt. So we'll talk about that. But in any case, kids and teenagers and young adults, they know what's valuable and what's real. And if you listen to them and you help them to find like where value is for them and where they want to take massive action, then you actually can find a partnership where you guys can work together to help them move forward. And so I think that's a key thing that if you're a parent listening to this, that you can take out of that is that kids and young adults will perform where they see value. And that's literally what happened here. Like Matt saw value. And so because the value of something was high, the effort was high. But a lot of times the value of the schoolwork is low. So the effort is right behind it.
Hmm. Absolutely.
I thought you were about to say something. I was waiting for you. Um, but no, Matt, yo, thanks for taking a few
You
minutes to
explained
go live with
everything.
me,
You
man.
explained
I
everything.
appreciate it. Word,
Thanks
word.
for having me.
But yeah, um, absolutely. So yeah, if you're a parent, you're watching this, if you know someone that has a young adult and they're looking for advantages, right? And it's interesting that when I asked Matt to explain what he thought best bet was, or to explain it in his own words, you have the same problem that I'm having. Like it's like, what is this that I created? Like, what is this? And how do I articulate it? Because it really does so much, and there's so many people that it can help. And so, but nah, I think you did a great job of how you explained it. And bro, keep winning. Also, I want you guys to Matt is a photographer. His specialty is senior portraits. So if you
Yes,
know
sir.
someone that's going into their senior year, if you've got a friend that has a student or whatever and they're looking for someone to do their senior photos, Matt is tagged in this live, so make sure you hit him up on Facebook, send him a friend request, because he is open for business, and he's nice at what he does. Like, and I'm not saying that from just me, because I don't have a trained eye. I connected him with a gentleman that has multiple photography degrees, and he told me after seeing Matt's work, he said, "Yeah, nah, this kid is different. Like, he has talent. He is vastly beyond where most kids are his age when it comes to taking photos in terms of his talent. So definitely link up with him. And yeah, nah, this is dope, man. I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you for being on the live. Those of you that are watching, If you are interested in learning more about Best Bet for someone in your life, or if you want to share this, absolutely. Leave a comment, drop a comment, tag someone that you feel like would be a good fit, or if they have a student that would be a good fit, and hopefully we get the chance to work with them. But Matt, appreciate you, bro, and we're going to sign off, man. Everybody, you guys all take care. Thanks for joining in. Peace.